What is up, everybody? How the hell's your day going, by the way? In case you were wondering how my day was going, it's going pretty damn fantastic, or I should say fan-tastic, right? How's your day going, y'all? What's up, everybody? This is Legitical Response. We cover political news. You know the spiel. We keep you up to date and keep you informed on exactly what the government is doing, or at least we do our best to do that. So if you're interested in keeping up with government actions, smash that subscribe button for me if you don't mind. It would be a big help. Also, turn on your notifications because YouTube isn't just going to post my videos up in your feed every time. So hit that notification bell and it'll zip right to your inbox every single time. And if you also could, before we get started, well, I guess we already kind of got started, but if you could, right quick, before we get into today's story, do me a favor and smash that like button. Yeah, my voice squeaks again. I try to avoid voice squeaks, but, you know, sometimes I can't do it. What's up, y'all? All right, so, man, fireworks. Hunter Biden testifying, he's starting today his closed-door deposition. I saw James Comer announcing that there's some conflicting information there based upon his statements, Hunter Biden's statements, and key statements from witnesses. So we're going to see what in the hell, you know, they're going to try to figure out who the hell is telling the truth. We're going to have our public committee hearing coming up here pretty soon. That's going to be fireworks, hopefully. But, man, how about Joe Biden in Michigan, the primary in Michigan? What was it, 13% voted uncommitted? Yeah, that's terrible news for Biden. I know there's a lot of Muslims in Michigan, especially, it was really in Dearborn. In Dearborn, not a lot of people voted for Joe Biden in Dearborn. Trump won, by the way. It's no surprise there. And Nikki Haley is still in the race for some damn reason. She is just so despicable, right? I mean, she's got Democratic super PAC donors backing her. And we've seen story after story of people saying, oh, well, I'm voting for Nikki Haley in the primary, but yeah, I'm probably going to vote for Joe Biden. So we know we got Democrats voting for Nikki Haley. Anybody with a sane mind that pays attention does not like Nikki Haley. I'm sorry. Unless you're an older person. I see that a lot of the so-called Republicans that back Nikki Haley are older people, right? They don't want nothing to do with Trump. Hey, what can you say with that one, right? I mean, Trump is who he is. But let's get into the story right quick, y'all. Enough of my ranting and raving about, right? House GOP chair subpoena DOJ for Biden's special counsel investigation documents. Yeah, I had to do that with my head. Sorry. So, that's right. James Comer, Jim Jordan, all of them, they want to get the documents. They want everything. They want to know exactly what Robert Hur found. They want to see all the statements, the audio files, any video, because, yeah, there's a lot there. And, you know, when Robert Hur came out with that report, I didn't read the whole report. I read some of it, to be honest with you. I know I should have read the whole thing considering what I do, but I didn't read the whole thing. But because it was plainly clear to me that Joe Biden, they should have brought charges against Joe Biden. At least recommended the charges until he gets out of office, right? Of course, he'll be old, you know, but the criminal justice system doesn't ever seem to care about age. I mean, look at the Ahmaud Arbery case. I mean, one of those guys was like 70 years old, and he got a life sentence. The guy filming it, he didn't even do anything. He was just there filming the interaction. And he got, I think he got life too. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken about that, but he got like essentially a life sentence because of how old he is. It was like 25 years or 20 years or something like that. It may have been a life sentence. I'm sorry, my memory, my recall ability is poor. Sometimes I can't think of words to say. You know, certain words just don't come to mind, so I do apologize for that. I try to edit around some of those inconsistencies, but let's get into it, y'all. Tangent news, news. A trio of House GOP chairs fired off a subpoena to Attorney General Merrick Garland Tuesday requesting documents related to the special counsel Robert Hur's investigation into President Biden's mishandling of classified documents. The subpoena follows a February 12th request from the top Republicans that Garland turn over transcripts and recordings of the interview with Biden sat for with special counsel's office. The GOP lawmakers said the Justice Department did not produce any of the requested material by the due date because it was reviewing documents for classification and confidentiality, prompting the subpoena. Right. Nice excuse. Oh yeah, we can't give you none of this because it's all being sorted for classification. Well, sure, buddy. You know, these people do have classification clearances, right? The group is asking Garland for transcripts, notes, videos, and audio files related to Hur's investigation, in addition to the classified documents mentioned in the special counsel's report that pertain to a phone call that then Vice President Biden had with the then Ukrainian Prime Minister in December 2015. Special counsel Robert Hur's investigation into President Biden's mishandling of classified documents made two things clear. There's a double standard of justice in this country, and Joe Biden isn't fit for office, House Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan said in a statement. The transcripts and materials from his investigation are critical to our oversight work. Yeah, and the White House is constantly trying to obfuscate oversight ability of Congress all the damn time. The DOJ is now backing up the White House and saying, no, we can't give you this because we got to classify. As if they can't make copies of all this stuff. As if they don't have copies of all this stuff. As if they can't transfer files to, James Comer or Jim Jordan or somebody. As if they can't do that. They say, no, we're not going to give it to you because we got to classify all this stuff. Shouldn't that stuff be classified already? I mean, these documents, they've been having these documents for a very long time. So they should already be classified, put wherever they're supposed to go, this with this, that with that, whatever, blah, 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 what have you. Yeah, that's just excuses. They're trying to put up a wall and say, no, you can't have oversight. This is what your White House does, folks. Under everybody. Trump done the same shit. House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer and House Ways and Means Committee Chair Jason Smith joined Jordan in issuing the subpoena. The Justice Department confirmed to The Hill that it received the subpoena but declined to comment further. The request from the GOP chairs comes exactly 2 weeks before Hur is scheduled to testify publicly before the House Judiciary Committee about his investigation into the president's handling of classified documents, and I can't wait to see that committee hearing. I'm gonna love watching all the Democrats whinge on this and try to prop up Biden and try to argue with Robert Hur, say, oh, he's not old, his memory's just fine, and Robert Hur's gonna be like, no, he couldn't remember this, he couldn't remember that, he could barely talk. I mean, the guy's like, turning and shining under the pressure. It's like, what are you saying? Or better have care. He just stutters crap out because the guy's getting old, y'all. I mean, why are we even talking about this? It's a crying shame that we're forced almost to complain about somebody's age. Somebody running a country should be of sound mind and judgment. I know there's a lot of people trying to say that Trump is too old too. Biden, as a matter of fact, I read a headline saying that Biden's new campaign attack vector is on Trump's age. Trump is 77 years old. But you put Joe Biden and Donald Trump in a room together and you will see a very, very stark difference between cognitive functions. Yeah. We know Joe Biden turns into a Roomba when he leaves the stage. However, Trump, at least, he's a very good comedian. You can't argue with that. Leave a comment down below, by the way. I know you're going to. You know who I'm talking about. But it's still talking to that one person, by the way. You know who I'm talking about. I love our conversations, by the way. I like your arguments, and I do agree with some of your arguments, even though I sometimes argue against them. That's just my nature. I'm always trying to argue the other side, but that's neither here nor there. Leave a comment down below. Hur's final report, released earlier this month, concluded that Biden willfully retained classified documents but did not recommend charges against the president. I wonder why. Special counsel did, however, describe Biden as an elderly man with a poor memory, which sparked criticism from Democrats. Sparked criticism from everybody. What are you talking about, The Hill? Republicans have pounced on the report, both to raise concerns about the president's mental acuity ahead of the November presidential election and fuel their claim that Biden received favorable treatment compared to former President Trump, who was indicted in June for his handling of classified documents. Yeah, there's a very stark difference between that. For one, President Trump was president and had the ability to declassify any document he wanted to. Doesn't matter what document it is. It could be some of the most classified stuff. He can declassify it if he wants to, right? And we, as we know, every single president gets to take home their documents, right? But because the Democrats want to try to sabotage Trump because they don't like Trump, they say, oh no, we're going to send in the FBI to go raid his home. They've never done that to anybody ever. Any president, I'm sorry. But they decide to do it to Trump because he's a threat to their power. That's what this is all about. And we all know this. We can see it. Look at the indictments. It's BS, folks. Joe Biden took home classified documents dating back to the 70s when he was a senator, a junior senator at that, and probably didn't have classification clearances. So yes, there is a stark difference between those cases, but yet the one that shouldn't be prosecuted is prosecuted, and the one that should be prosecuted isn't, because, oh, it's okay that he committed these crimes, and yes, they are crimes. It's okay because he's got a bad memory. It's BS, folks. The two cases bear significant differences, however. Trump rebuffed law enforcement when it tried to reclaim the classified documents found at his Florida residence, prompting a subpoena that he did not comply with and resulting in a search of his estate. Biden, on the other hand, alerted authorities when the documents were discovered and cooperated with the investigation. Right. That's because the government didn't know he had these classified documents. Yeah, there is a big difference. They're trying to put it off on Trump like he stole these documents. No, he was the f***ing president. He can take whatever documents he wants to take, and hey, let the courts work it out. He believed those were his. Why not take him to court? Why do you have to raid his house to do this? And who is to say Trump cannot have those documents? Who is to say that? You can argue all you want. Leave a comment down below if you don't find my opinion correct. But who is to tell the President of the United States he can't take these documents to his house? Who is to say that? And who is to say it's okay for a senator to take classified documents home? Yeah, there is a very big difference. Biden committed a crime. Trump did something that all presidents do, trying to put it off on Trump. Of course he's not going to cooperate with their investigation. It's BS. That's why. I wouldn't have cooperated with that BS neither. I don't understand these people, man. These people in the media are just freaking so twisted and so out to get Trump that they've misconstrued all kind of evidence. And now they've got half of the damn country thinking Trump is some kind of madman, evil genius wanting to destroy the country when all he wants to do is root out corruption. Sorry, let's keep going. The trio of Republicans said they were interested in the material from Hur's investigation as part of the Judiciary Committee's probe of the DOJ's handling of the case against Trump and the GOP's impeachment investigation into Biden, which was looked into the president's involvement in his family business dealings. They said they were concerned that President Biden may have retained sensitive documents related to specific countries involving his family's foreign business dealings. Yes, he probably did. The report references a telephone call sheet and talking points pertaining to Biden's call with the Ukrainian Prime Minister. The Republicans also said they are looking into whether the White House or President's personal attorneys placed any limitations or scoping restrictions during interviews with special counsels precluding or addressing any potential statements directly linking to President Biden's to troublesome foreign payments. And look, I'm sorry for that. I'm going to try to fix it in the edits. But as I was reading that, the damn thing was skipping around. It would like jump up half a paragraph. And then it jumped back down half a paragraph. I'm not sure why it did that. Sorry. The February 12th request from the committee chairs to the Justice Department specifically requested transcripts and recordings of Biden's interviews with special counsel. In a letter responding to the request that was obtained by the Hill Assistant Attorney General Carlos Felipe Uriarte, said several of the materials requested required review for classification and protection of national defense information. He said the department was conducting a review to assess confidentiality interests and will share materials with executive branch entities with equities in the content of those materials to determine whether those other entities will assert any confidentiality interests of their own. Basically, they are stalling for time. That's what I got out of that. The trio of Republicans, however, contested that any of the material requested was classified, writing in their letter to Garland on Tuesday, the Judiciary and Oversight Committees believe that the information and documents requested are primarily unclassified. And to be honest, they probably are classified. Biden probably classified all that crap when he became president. Why? Why not? Because he's the freaking president, he can do that. As a matter of fact, if he wants to, when he leaves office, he can take any documents that he wants. He can just take all that stuff. But I can guarantee you one damn thing. The FBI will not raid Joe Biden's house for documents. Guarantee it. But this is all just kind of crazy. I can't wait to see the Hunter Biden stuff. I want to see what Hunter Biden has to say about all this. And let me know what you guys have to say about all this. You know, leave your comment down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. And y'all try to have a good one and be positive. Peace.
You think that's right. Yeah.
I would like to introduce